Hi, welcome to today's yoga. We are going to be doing a gentle yoga just down on the mat with some deep stretches. So it'd be a good idea to have a blanket or a flat pillow to sit on or to put your knees on for some comfort. If you just sit half on, half off so it can tilt your pelvis, then that takes the strain off your lower back if you find you need it, and you may or may not. So let's drop in to this seated position and rise up to the crown of your head. We're going to begin to connect with our breath. Breathing in through the nose, and let's exhale out through the mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Deep, full breaths, and exhale everything out. Melting into it. A couple more breaths like that, in through the nose and out through the mouth at your own pace. You can have your palms down or up. And then after those two breaths, let's seal the lips and breathe in and out through the nose now. So each inhale, feel yourself growing taller. And each exhale, feel yourself grounding in deeper to wherever you're seated, on the blanket or on the mat. Just connecting with the breath, connecting with the present moment. And try to stay connected to this breath during your practice. Let's flip the palms down if they're not already onto the knees, and we're going to do some circles. So I'm just circling around. Doing as deep or big circles as you like. You can make them small, you can make them big. You can go way forward and then hang the way back off the knees. Whatever feels good to you. We're warming up the hips and the spine. I like to create a rhythm of breathing here, so I breathe in halfway and exhale out the other way. Breathing in and breathing out. A couple more circles this way. This is my last one. And then rising up through the middle, we're going to reverse that circle the other way. Full breaths in and full breaths out. So you should feel this in your hips and in your lower back. Your spine is sneaking around. Hopefully it feels good to you. Just a reminder though, listen to your body. Let's do a couple more circles while I talk. Only do what's right for you in today's practice, any practice. Skip whatever doesn't. And then let's rise up to center. Okay, next we're going to place the hands in front of us, take an inhale, and then on the exhale, hinge at your hips and lead with your chest and walk out. You might not go down very far, that's okay. I like to push the weight away from my hands to keep my sit bones anchored. Feel this in your lower back and in your hips. And then let's slowly walk back up. We're going to come to all fours. So this is where you might want your blanket too. You don't want it folded up a lot, you want it kind of skinny. So if you want to put your knees on it, you can. Just placing the knees on the blanket, okay? I don't need it because I'm so used to having my knees on the mat. They've gotten tough, but I remember when I first started, it was pretty uncomfortable. So from here, we're going to do some little chaturangas on our knees. And do a little flow. So sit back into child's pose and breathe. And then inhale forward to where your chest is hovering over your hands, core is engaged, As we come down slowly, the elbows are kicking straight back. Down, 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 core engaged, and then the whole torso touches down at once. And then from here, you're going to flip your feet so the top of the feet are pressing into the floor. Lift your chest up for a baby cobra here. And then we're going to press it back to child's pose. And that's the flow that we're going to do. Sinking the hips back towards the hands. Here we go. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale your chest up for cobra. Exhale, press back, child's pose. Let's do it 3 more times. Full breaths in. Full breaths out. As you come down, inhale the chest up. Exhale, press it back. Lengthening the spine. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. Lift chest up. Press it back. You've got 1 more time. Full breaths. Elbows kick straight back, core engaged, lower down. Top of feet press into the mat, lift the chest up, and then press it back. Coming to all fours. We are going to thread the needle here. This is going to stretch everything in your shoulder blade. Down into the middle of your back. It should feel really good. So, take your right hand, reach it up and watch me first if you're new at this, and then thread it through. Go way through underneath that arm. Look, you guys over there pulling on this arm. You want to get it way through. So the weight is resting on that right shoulder and it's stretching the muscles down your back and down your shoulder blade. You can take your left palm and press into it, turning your chest and gaze up more. You can even walk that left hand up and around. So if you haven't got into it, go ahead and do it. And breathe. Melt into this. Each exhale melts me in a little more. Use your breath to help soften and lengthen these muscles. Deep breaths in and out. Help calm us. Help slow our thoughts down. And help relieve any muscle tension. 1 more breath cycle here. And then walk the hand back if it's out. Engage your core and press up. So you can come up nice and safe. And then I like to do a couple cat-cows here before I go into the next side. So drop the belly with the chest to the tailbone. Draw the navel in around the spine. Just back and forth this way. You can also do some little wag the tails where you look to one foot and then the other. Flexing the spine back and forth. Feels really good. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. So it's the left hand comes up, and then we sweep it way through. Get it to the back side of that shoulder. And then press into your right palm to turn your chest and gaze up more. Let the weight of your hips sink down on that shoulder. Breathe. Melt. And for more, you can take that right hand, start to extend it out with the spider, walking the hand up and around. Yeah, and then sink into that. Stay connected with your breath. Feel the stretch, go down that left shoulder blade, down the side of your back. It should feel pretty good. And if this is hard to get into, if your head is having a hard time going to the floor or your shoulder, don't worry. The more you practice, the easier it gets and the more flexible you become. And then let's go ahead and walk the hand back if it's out. Engage the core. Rise up to all fours. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Shoulder blades are split down your back. Cat-cows, dropping the belly, lifting the chest, tipping the tailbone. Exhale. Arch the spine up towards the sky. Again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest to the tailbone. Exhale, arch the back. 1 more for each. Come to a neutral spine, and then let's go ahead. See if you can tuck your toes. Bring your knees in a little bit if they've been wide. Tuck your toes and sit on your heels. This is going to stretch your toes and stretch your bottom of your feet, your plantar fascia. Sit nice and tall. Breathe. Stay connected with the breath. It can feel like a lot to you. And then I like to flip my feet after that so I can stretch the top of my ankles, the front of my ankles, and sit down. And if you can't sit down yet, that's okay. You can always use a block. I probably should have showed you this when we started. And you can always sit on the block, like so. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to bring the legs out in front of us, so whatever you need to get there. And here you could also use a bolster if you feel like you're rounded and really tight. Use that bolster underneath to tilt your pelvis so you can be more comfortable here, okay? Over time, you'll get more flexible there and it'll be easier and you might not need the bolster. So, sitting nice and tall with our toes pointing up towards the ceiling, our legs are active here. They're not just flopping. Roll your shoulder blades back and down, engage your core. Rise up through the crown of your head and connect with your breath in staff pose. This is a challenging one. It looks easy, but it's hard because we're used to slouching. Engage that core. A couple more breaths here in staff pose. And then inhale the hands up high. Exhale, hinge at your hips, lead with your chest. Your chest is going towards your toes. And let your hands fall wherever they may. You might be at your shins or your ankles, or maybe you can reach your toes. But from here, I want you to pull your chest towards your toes with a straight spine. Maybe scoot your tailbone back more. And then once you get out as far as you can with that straight spine, and it's okay to have the knees bent a little. Then round down, forehead towards your knees or your shins. The elbows might start to drop to the floor, towards the floor. And breathe here. Couple more breath cycles here. Lift your chest back up to that straight spine and then come out of it. So from here, we're going to do, let's go down to the floor. So scoot your booty to the middle of the mat. So when we come down, your head's going to be there. Engage your core. We're going to try to come down nice and slow. Breathing along the way. How slow can you go here? This is a core workout. Oh, that wasn't very slow. And then once you get there, reach out in both directions. Take a deep breath in. Point the toes. Reach the fingers, then exhale. Excellent job. So let's go ahead and bend into the knees. The knees are right underneath, or the feet are right underneath your knees, hip width apart. Bring the palms down. Roll your shoulder blades back and down so your chest can be open here. Palms to the floor. Draw your navel in towards your spine, pull your tailbone up, and then press your hips up high. And breathe. Keep pressing up as high as you can. Keep your gaze forward though. Don't turn your head here. It's hard on your neck. And I almost just did it, so I'm not going to do it either. You can also interlace your fingers and roll your shoulders underneath you, getting all your spine off the floor, lifting up as high as you can. Keep your knees lined up with your hips. Don't let them collapse in or out. Push, push, push into the earth. And then slowly, gently come out. Lengthen your spine back on the mat. Mine kind of gets scrunched up when I lie down like that, so make sure it's nice and long. Get your neck long too. by tucking your chin in slightly and getting that neck closer to the mat. Let's hug our knees in and rock side to side. It's going to feel good along the lower back, the spine. So from here, let's go ahead and cross our legs, just like we were crossing them in a chair, leg style. Put the right over the left. Tee out your arms, let your shoulders melt to the floor, and then drop your knees to the right. Now this can be a little intense, so if it is, you can unwind your legs and just drop your knees without them being crossed. So if you like, just unwind them, that'd be fine too. So, and then you're going to look to the left, the opposite direction, and try to melt into this stretch. You feel it like in your hip flexor here, in your torso, your chest. And then engage your core so you can safely come back to the center. And then if you had your knees crossed, unwind them and cross them other way. Otherwise, just drop them uncrossed to the left. And we're going to look to the right in the spinal twist. You can also put a block underneath your knee if it's a lot. So use props or a pillow or blanket. And melt. And you might notice a difference from one side to the other. I'm really tight on this side. This is not the side I usually cross my legs out when I'm sitting, so it's going to feel a little tighter. With yoga, we start to work out the imbalances. We notice them, which sides are stronger, which sides are looser, and with a regular practice, it starts to correct that, and we become balanced. Not only in mind, but in body. Engage your core, come back to your center. Hug your knees in, rock side to side. We're going to do a happy baby, so the soles point up towards the sky. You can either grab behind your knees and pull them down, or if you can reach your soles, grab them and pull your knees down to each side. Work your lower back towards the floor and rock side to side. Happy baby. And then everything comes to the floor for Savasana, final relaxation. Now, if you're nurturing your back, you can keep your knees bent and let them fall into each other. Otherwise, just go long and loose with your legs, a little wide on the mat. Tuck your shoulders back and down, so your chest is open, palms are up. They're not touching your sides, but they're not totally teed out. They're somewhere in the middle. Lengthen your neck, getting it closer to the mat. Closing the eyes down gently. And melt into this. So our legs are loose and our breath is soft. Shoulders are soft. And hands let go. Release and relax your jaw. Your lips might part slightly. Relax the tongue from the roof of your mouth and let your throat feel open. Relax the muscle between your brow and let your face be soft. Thoughts will come in, just let them float right on by, like clouds drifting by. Learn to be the observer of your thoughts. And relax your mind. When your mind wanders, just bring it back to the breath with no judgment. No labeling the thought as good or bad. It's just a thought. Let it float by. Come back to your breath. Relax your mind. Stay here as long as you like in Savasana, fun relaxation. The light in me recognizes the light in you.